Alright guys, got a different video this week than my normal video, and that's going to be, as the title suggests, a little walkthrough on my boat that I got. Now, past couple of videos, I've been fishing out of the boat and I haven't shown you guys what it looks like, and this is the last day I'm going to be out fishing in the boat for this year. So I figure, let's go through what it looks like now, so that way in the springtime when I plan to add on to the boat, do some changes to it, I don't have to do an update on what the boat looks like or anything like that. You guys can just reference back to this video. We'll be all good to go. If you guys have any suggestions on what I could do to the boat, let me know down in the comments. Who knows, maybe you guys got some better ideas than I do. I'm gonna start things off. It's a 17-foot Lowe 1994 striker, I think it is. And yeah, it's got a 70 horsepower Evinrude on it. Gets the boat up to about 32, 35 if I got a good wind to my back. That's wide open though. If I got some wind, it's gonna be riding about 26 miles an hour. So we'll start off in the back of the boat. So like I said, this is the old Evinrude here, 1994. She's kind of old, but it runs sometimes. This area, absolute disaster. I got a bunch of like oil and grease from that guy there. Always leaks into this area. Some screws are loose. Perfect representation of my life. Some screws are loose. It's all right though. And then the battery area, yeah, let's just not look in there. There's 3 batteries in there. Minn Kota onboard charger, 3 bank. That's about all you need to know. Wiring, not great. And moving forward, we have compartment number 1. That's got all my stuff for oil, and then I also have a 3-pound weight in there just in case I think my scale is off a little bit. I'll grab that weight, test out the scale, see if in fact it is off or not. Just a good way to make sure that the scale is accurate. Got the live well, which automatically fills up with water because it sits lower than the water. All my call tags used one time in a tournament this year. Hopefully next year get a little bit more use. But yeah, live well works. It's got this little doohickey, goes in that little doohickey, and then once the water gets to a certain point, it just overflows into there. Only problem, the fish like to knock it out. So I don't know what to do there, but yeah, that's the live well. The opposite side compartment, that holds the straps for the back of the boat, and then just some wheeled blocks, things, just in case I park it on a hill and I need to keep it from moving. Those are right there. The tire when it's parked is like right here. So it, yeah, it's just nice and convenient. I don't have to run around to find it. Then we got the seating area. I got 2 cup holders right here. And then we got, under this seat is storage. This whole area down here is storage. So under this seat, we got rain jacket, speaker, all my important information, and then the nav light that goes in the back. That's about it under that seat. Under this seat here, we got, there's a jacket down there because it's gonna be cold today, potentially. A towel in case I need it. And then usually my backpack for my GoPro stuff is also down there, but it's not right now. And then the console area, I got a Helix 7 G4N. I got a review on it if you guys want to see, but that's right here. It does my mapping and my side imaging as well. I got a whole bunch of gauges. Most of them don't work. The only one that really works is the fuel gauge. See, that moves, nothing else works. So this is what it is. I got the main switch for the power, and then once that's turned on, I got down here a little USB port. And then on this side, I got nav lights, I got bilge pump and live well pump. Nothing too crazy, but it is what it is. One cool part about this boat though is with the nav light button, there's actually lights inside of here. I don't know how well you guys can see because obviously it's daytime. But at nighttime, it lights up my front compartments. Now that compartment I just showed you guys is the rod locker. As you can see, can fit a decent amount of rods in here, considering it's only a 17-foot boat. I probably got close to 10 rods in this little compartment here. And yeah, it does its job. It locks the rods up. Before I get too ahead of myself, under this little part here is a whole bunch of storage area. So keep a throwable life jacket, because state law has to be within reach, so it's there. Got a cooler, because I get hungry on the water, so it's good to have that every once in a while. And then I also have my pedestal seat up there, which is just a nice little area for it to stay out of the way. When I need it, it's there. But when I don't need it, all I got to deal with is this little post right here, which isn't too bad. And the front area now. So, compartment number 1, all my tackles in here. I got all kinds of stuff. It's kind of a mess, you know, it's had a full year of fishing. But all my tackle boxes fit in here. Got my rulers, all sorts of tackle boxes, scale. One thing I do, because I store the boat outside and I don't really want my depth finders just sitting out in the open to potentially get stolen or to get exposed to the elements, I keep them in this little storage tote here, and then this compartment locks. So it's one extra way to keep them out of sight, out of mind. And then this tote is actually waterproof, so then I can keep all my depth finders from getting rained on and constantly having water on them. Just keep them out of the elements a little bit. These overall compartments are not waterproof, so all my tackle gets wet. Like, that was a brand new jerkbait at the beginning of the year. Pretty rusty now, so that's awesome. So moral of the story, the Plano waterproof stowaways are not waterproof. Fun fact. But yeah, I got all sorts of tackle boxes. I mean, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 3700 series boxes, and then 2 3600, that tote over there. Tons of storage. It goes all the way over to that side and then goes all the way over to the rod locker, which is like right here. So nice big storage. Moving up a little bit, we got soft plastics. This is a disaster, I know. It's kind of organized, but not really. Everything's in these big bags of some sort. They're all different kinds of bags, but everything's organized, kind of. And yeah, that's that. Again, wires are for the lights in there, just kind of hanging loosely. Real professional, I know. Over here, I got this little doohickey, which unscrew it, and I can see all inside of this little area to do wiring. If I want to run wires from the front of the boat to the back of the boat, I can do that all right in there. That's what that is. Got these little bungee cords to keep rods down with, or the landing net, whichever one. This boat gets a little rocky and rolly in big waves, so that's definitely needed. Almost lost the landing net once because I didn't use it. All right, last compartment in the boat is this guy. And up here, not anything too crazy. Just has my life jackets in there, leash rope, and then the front nav light. This is a pretty big compartment actually. I'm able to store 2 life jackets in here, plus that throwable while the boat, or while I'm like towing the boat around. All that can fit up here pretty easily. So yeah, and then we get up to the front. Got a Minn Kota Maxim 70-pound thrust trolling motor. It works. It's not the greatest, but it works. And then got the Humminbird Helix 7 G2. This one has side imaging, but all I really use it for is the 2D. When I'm actually fishing up front, I will turn around that guy, and yeah, I'll be able to see the mapping with that one, and then I'll use this guy just to see roughly what my depth is. So I'm actually not going to tell you guys my plans for the boat upgrades. I got some big ones, but I don't want to spoil anything. So if you guys want to see that stuff, subscribe if you're watching this before the springtime, and you'll be able to watch along as I upgrade it in the springtime. But if it is springtime, maybe the video's already up yet. Go check it out. Why did I get this boat exactly? Well, number one, it was in the price range. I'm not gonna say exactly how much I spent because that doesn't really matter. That's not a huge deal, but it was less than 10 grand, which was kind of my budget. Two, I needed a boat that had three things. It had to have a live well because I wanted to fish tournaments out of it. It needed to have rod storage so that way I didn't have to bring rods in and out of the boat. And then it also needed to have lots of just storage in general. And this boat checked all three boxes. As you can tell, for a 17-foot boat, they put a lot of storage in this thing, especially for how old it is. I mean, most boats, you look at like a 1990s tracker, it has like 3 tiny compartments, not much for storage. This thing, I have, like you guys saw, I can't even fill it up really. Definitely good in that category. Some negatives about this boat that if you are someone looking to buy a 17-foot aluminum boat to look out for. Number one, this thing sucks in the waves. Fishing in the waves, driving across the waves, all of that, not great. It's so light that it just gets tossed around, and yeah, the boat doesn't like hold position. It'll like start twisting and turning with the wind while you're trying to fish. Not really great, not ideal. And then also going across the water, you get really, really wet. Console area here, windshield doesn't do much for water. It kind of sucks actually. So go across the water almost every time if there's anything over a 2-foot wave, probably getting wet. But realistically, besides the wind aspect to this boat, it's pretty good. I've got through some really shallow water. The main thing that holds me up about going shallow is the trolling motor. Nothing about the boat other than the trolling motor prevents me from going into like 6 inches of water with this thing, which is pretty cool actually. It also is a riveted boat, so you guys couldn't tell in the back area. It had some water in it. It leaks water, it is what it is. You know, things can't be perfect nowadays. But anyways, that's enough about the boat. I'm gonna get out fishing. I'll check you guys next week on next video. But yeah, thanks for watching. Again, let me know down in the comments, what could I do to upgrade this boat? I wanna know what you guys have to think about that.